2-minute Python. Print. The print command is built into Python for displaying information on the screen. It's a procedure because it doesn't return anything. The simplest form of the command is to just give it a single data item to work with. You can give it any data type you like and it'll deal with it. It's incredibly flexible like that. You can give it a number, such as an integer or a float. You can give it a bool, or you can give it a list. You can also pass it multiple items to display. Just separate them with commas. The items can even be different data types. You'll notice that the print command displays the items on the same line and that they're separated with a space. You can change this using the sep modifier to be another character other than the space, no character so that no gap, or a special character such as new line. You'll also notice that once the print command is finished, the cursor is put onto the next line. If you don't want this to happen, you can change it with the end modifier. Here's a loop that prints hello 10 times, each time on a new line. And here's the same loop, but the end modifier has been set. Now the prints are strung together. See the 2-minute Python video on for loops for more information on how these work. There's another modifier called file that allows you to write to an already open and writable file. Here's an example of it being used. We open a file for writing, print something to it, and then close the file. You can see the code that created the file in my user area, and the content of the file. There's another 2-minute Python video on using file commands. You can also specify some formatting with the modulo command, which will pad values to a certain width. In these two cases, we're saying that the value should be 4 characters wide, and Python will pad this with spaces. It takes the effort out of making sure that elements of your display line up properly. There are lots of modifiers you can use in this way, more than we have time for in 2 minutes, so here's a few to get you started. This makes the total width, including the decimal point, 7 characters wide, with 3 of them being after the decimal point. Here are some examples that display numbers in standard form, with a limited number of digits after the decimal point, and padding the whole thing. This pads a string to the length of 12, useful if you're displaying something like a table. And this displays the hex equivalent of the denary number. You can, of course, use more than one at a time, but you'll need to enclose the values to be formatted in brackets, or you'll get an error. Thanks for watching this 2-minute Python video. I hope you found it useful. Please comment on and like this video, and be sure to watch the other videos in the series.